I'm not going to take much of your time. I'm going to get straight to the points that I want to uh, discuss with you here. Number one, we are going to talk about the situation in Mozambique. Number two, we are going to dig deep to the root cause of the situation that is in Mozambique. And lastly, we are going to give you the way forward on what we are going to do to resolve the problem that we are having. You see, when I see Mozambique burning, I see myself burning. Mozambicans are our brothers. I know there are a lot of people from different countries here, but the main cause that is bringing us together is the problem that is in Mozambique, which I want to elaborate here for everyone to understand where it's emanating from, what it's causing, and what it's going to cause in the future of the generations that will be existing in that time. The situation that is in Mozambique is like this. There were elections in Mozambique, and just like any other country, Mozambique is an independent country which has got a total set of its rights to sovereignty. And amongst those rights is the right to vote and conduct a free and fair election without any interference of any country. But here is what has been happening in Mozambique. The Mozambican ruling party have been playing ding-dong with the rights of the Mozambican people and the Zimbabwean people, together with ZANU-PF. These two political parties have been having a secret operative when it comes to elections. ZANU-PF has been sending people to vote on behalf of Frelimo from the Zimbabwean side, Zimbabwean citizens to be precise. Mozambique has also been doing the same. If you see the last video that I posted a few minutes ago, that is a Frelimo leader clearly and openly telling the people of Zimbabwe that Frelimo said, you must vote for ZANU-PF. If you don't vote for ZANU-PF, we will not want to see you in Mozambique because we will definitely understand that you are sellouts. And the same applied to the Zimbabwean side. Zimbabweans were going to Mozambique, mobilizing people and threatening people to vote for Frelimo. Mozambique and Zimbabwe have been doing this for quite a long period of time. And we saw the same happening in Botswana. And this time around, the people of Botswana stood their ground to stop the madness. The very same thing was happened in South Africa, which is the reason why these liberation struggle parties have been staying in power. That was the secret behind. There was a secret operative that they have been conducting. And SADC has been so blind to these issues because the same people who are leading SADC are the same people who are meeting behind scenes, plotting and administrating a secret operative which is set on the objectives of looting elections. When someone or when a politician or when a political party steals your vote, that particular political party is abusing you as a citizen because you have a right to vote. Vocês têm direito de votar, têm direito de escolher os líderes que vocês quiserem. Então, se político, partido político não te permite votar para quem que você quiser, isso já é abuso de teus direitos. Now, the situation here is we have done an underground investigation that brought the darkness to daylight. We have brought the evidence that you all saw. We have published the evidence that these revolutionary parties who are also running the SADC executive have got a secretive, they've got a secret operative looting and plundering elections, stealing elections, importing and exporting votes, infringing with the people's rights to vote and choose the leader they want. The idea is they want to stay in power forever. If you come to Zimbabwe, if you go to Mozambique, majority of the Mozambican politicians have got properties outside Mozambique. Mozambique is only a source of income. Politics, leadership has become a job, not a responsibility. They are only in Mozambique when they are still in the government. Once they are out of the government, they go out of the country. They live with their lives abroad, with their children abroad. The Mozambican economy, the Zimbabwean economy, the Namibian economy is dead. There is nothing in our hospitals. There is nothing in our schools. Our economies are in the toilet. The people are suffering, no jobs, nothing. And these guys who are clinging to power by abusing our rights to vote and choose the leaders that we want are busy languishing in foreign fantasies. They accommodate each other. There have been a lot of looting from the Zimbabwean side, especially lithium has been looted through Mozambique. They have created their brotherhood within the SADC region to make sure that they centralize our Southern African economies. They share our resources amongst themselves. You go to Zimbabwe, all the national resources are politicized. You go to Mozambique, all the national resources are politicized. You go to Namibia, all the national resources are politicized. I'm mainly focused on these three countries because they are the ones that had elections recently. I'm not going to talk much about Botswana because they managed to turn the tables upside down. Now, we have come to a conclusion that the problem that is in Mozambique has been architectured by ZANU PF. And having Mr. Mnangagwa as the chairperson of SADC at the moment, we do not accept the evidence that we got. We do not accept SADC to be messed around. Without wasting much of your time, let me give you an update of the situation in Mozambique right now. The Southern Africa Human Rights Lawyers High Commission have submitted all the evidence that we gathered, the relevant evidence to our report. We have submitted it to the legal counsel that is working for the people, that is working with President Mondlane, who is the opposition president in Mozambique. We are working together with his team, and we are looking forward to submit the reports to the Constitutional Council tomorrow morning. So by the end of tomorrow, we will have another update on the submission. This is the current situation on the legal proceedings part. Then now we are getting deep to what really conspired, what really caused the situation in Mozambique. What caused the situation in Mozambique is there have been a relationship between Frelimo and ZANU-PF. And this relationship did not start on this election. It has been an ongoing relationship whereby Frelimo will send its members to vote for ZANU-PF, and ballot papers are exported from Mozambique to Zimbabwe. Votes are also exported from Mozambique to Zimbabwe. And what these people have been doing is they have not really been giving out citizenship to each other. what they've been doing is, when there are elections in Mozambique, ZANU PF will coordinate its members and get voters' IDs. What you saw on those videos, to those who do not understand Portuguese, are not national IDs. Those are voters' IDs. So what they've been doing is, you get the ZANU PF will be given voters' IDs. Rather, those voters' IDs were printed in Zimbabwe actually. They were printed in Harare. So they will be given a template of the voters' ID. Then they will print them from the Zimbabwean side and dish among their members. And all the members who will be gathered to vote in that particular election will be promised 1, 2, 3 things, and they will be given some money. They will get something out of that, which is the reason why we had to take the videos and collected all the evidence that we have collected. The same way Mozambique was doing when there are elections in Zimbabwe. I think you can see from the video that I have sent, the last video that I have sent, you see a Mozambican official, a Frelimo official in Zimbabwe threatening people that if you don't vote for ZANU PF, you will not sleep in your houses. We have got a general, and our generals shoot those kind of threats. So this is what has been actually happening. And now I don't know what conspired for them to miscalculate their numbers, and the numbers that the Electoral Commission gave out were not tallying with the number of people who had registered to vote, or the expected voters from the Electoral Commission. And this is what sparked an interest in investigating more. We know that there are 2 officials who were killed in the car. They were assassinated, and the other one was the main opposition leader, Venancio Montlane's lawyer, and the other one was, I think, the spokesperson of the party. And it's these things that really motivated our investigations. We started our investigations and we came up with all the figures. We came up with all the evidence that we have provided, which we have already submitted to the legal panel that is going to handle the case on behalf of Venancio Montlane and the people of Mozambique. So, but basically, what we are saying is, if Emmerson Mnangagwa would not have interfered with this election, there would be no chaos in Mozambique. There would be no fights in Mozambique. But the fights that are in Mozambique are a seed germinating from the hands of the chairperson of SADC. Emmerson Mnangagwa is the sitting chairperson of SADC. And he is the one who have planted a seed in the region that is now germinating as chaos. That is now germinating as the dying of our young people. That is germinating as everything that you are seeing happening in Mozambique. People are dying, people are being injured, the state security is shooting our children, and they are trying to oppress our people so that they cannot protest, they cannot exercise their right to protest. And this has sparked a lot of confusion, not just in Mozambique. Now is the region. The same thing has been happening with Namibia. And Namibia will be having elections in this coming week. The very same cancer that tried to manifest in Botswana, manifested in Zimbabwe, manifested in South Africa, now Mozambique is going to manifest in Namibia. Which is the reason why, the main reason why we are here today. Mr. Mnangagwa cannot be a chairperson of SADC and be leading this kind of chaos. This is terrorism. This is terrorism. And if I'm looking at what happened in Mozambique, I will tell you that it's ZANU PF that has killed those young people who died in Mozambique. Because it's ZANU PF that interfered with that particular election and caused unnecessities, confused the electoral processes, just for them to also get help next year and clinch to power. It's in this regard that we are going to take the next move which we are going to be taking.